Hey everyone, Peter Colwriter here, 630 Bikes. So your seat is swiveling or rocking back and forth. I'll show you how to fix that really quickly. Okay, so if your seat is kind of loose or it's swiveling or it's rocking back and forth, there's two things you need to pay attention to. The seat is probably just fine. There's probably nothing wrong with the seat. It just hasn't been installed correctly. So let me show you two things you really need to look out for. There we go. So I'm going to show you, this is the tool that comes with our e-bike. Okay, it's just a rudimentary tool that will get you going, but it may not be enough to get your seat tight enough. However, you also may not have a set of wrenches. So I brought my crescent wrench or adjustable wrench to show you how to use this. Hopefully maybe you have one of these or a friend. I'm going to go ahead and loosen this first just so I can show you what needs to be done and how to tighten it properly to make sure that it stops all that movement, okay? And you actually really do have to do this properly or it just won't work no matter what you do. And it's most likely not the seat. I've really never or not often seen defective seats. I've just seen improper installation. This one was installed nice and tightly, which is proper, but I'm just going to loosen it so I can show you something that's also very important here. So, not loose enough yet. So with a set of tools that's ratcheting and all that, of course, you can do this in a few seconds. With a crescent wrench, it'll take a little bit longer, but you can certainly do it. And like I said, I know that a lot of people don't have a good complement of tools at their house. Or if you live in a small apartment in the city like I did one time, just didn't have the tools. So anyway, here's the seat post. Now what we want to look for is on the seat post clamp that's on the rails of the seat. Let's see if I can move this up. See if you can see in here. There's a little V-shaped tab. Can you get that, Nate? I'm just going to hold it steady. See it? Okay, cool. And then maybe you can get it from this angle, and I'll go ahead and drop the seat post in. Now when the seat post goes in, it needs to go all the way down. It can't be partially in. It will never clamp properly if it's only partially in. It needs to go all the way down to that clamp there. So that's the number one rule. Or I mean the first rule. The next rule is we're going to tighten these two nuts right here. And we're going to tighten them evenly, okay? I'm going to go ahead and put the seat post in. Well, I'll tighten it down a little bit, and then we'll continue on from there, okay? But I'm going to put it back on the bike here in a second. So now I'm going to start tightening these the nuts on the seat. I'm going to go ahead and put this back in the bike, okay? Because I'm going to show you what I do. And usually, like I said, I would do this with a ratcheting wrench. It makes it a lot faster. We'll use this one to show you that you can do it with really any tool. If you do it with the tool that's provided, you can get it, to an okay tightness, but it may still swivel back and forth or rock up and down. So it's made to do that while you're adjusting it, but obviously when you're sitting on it, you want it to be nice and stable. So you can go ahead and use the fitting that fits. It's always a 13 or 14 millimeter. I never can remember which one they're using for each particular saddle. I think this looks like a 14 millimeter here. So you want to get these as tight as you can. Now it's really important that you tighten these evenly. So you want to see the threads emerging from both of these nuts. If you just tighten one of them, the other one won't have enough threads and it'll strip the threads and pop off. And then you'll have to get a new assembly here, okay? So you can tighten this quite a bit with this tool here, but you may not be able to get it tight enough. So you can use a tool with more torque on it, a longer wrench, okay? Because you really want to get these nuts really tight, actually, really quite tight. And you may feel like they're already quite tight. Keep going tighter. And in fact, when I used to assemble bikes in a bike shop when I was younger, I would always end it on the side where I could put my body weight down. So I would tighten over on here on this side with the wrench. With the ratcheting wrench, it's fast, like that. But with this adjustable, it's going to be a little slower. But I'm going to just keep going until this. So there's threads emerged on the other side, on the other nut. So I'm going to go with this one, and now I can see the threads coming out, which means I'm getting full thread engagement on this nut. And then tighten that as much as I can. And then I actually go onto the right side and I use my body weight. With the ratcheting wrench, it's easier to do because you can pull the wrench up higher, but I'll actually use my body weight. I'm sorry, this one's going up, but so it's this one that I'll finish off on the right side of the bike, and then I can push down like this and just get it really tight. So you really, even though you may feel like you've gotten it as tight as you can, you want to go even tighter. Just keep getting it tighter, and that thing will eventually clamp down. But also make sure that seat post is all the way up against that notch. It's a little bit of a longer video than it probably needed to be, but that will solve your problem. All right, thanks for watching. I really hope that was helpful. If you need any more help, please don't hesitate to contact us at 310-982-2877 or the team at sixthreezero.com. 630 is spelled out, SIXTHREEZERO. Also subscribe to our channel, and remember, it's your journey, your experience. Enjoy the ride.